this morning at approximately 2 a.m., off-duty police officers were working at 5800 Phillips Highway. They responded to shots being fired at the club there. Officers observed 2 victims who were shot. Kenneth Michael Chapman, black male, 21, suffered a gunshot wound to the back. He died en route to Shands Hospital. The second victim was shot in the arm and left the area before police or rescue could tend to him. At this time, it is unknown the identity of this individual. Witnesses observed the suspect shooting a weapon at the victims and then get into a vehicle. An armed security guard at the club fired back at the suspect. The off-duty officer gave a description of the suspect on the police radio. Responding units observed this vehicle leaving the scene and a pursuit engaged. During the pursuit, the suspect threw the weapon out of the window. The pursuit proceeded to the area of I-95 and I-10, where the suspect vehicle lost control and spun out. At this time, the passenger of the vehicle exited, jumped over the guardrail, and fell 25 feet to the ground below. This individual suffered a broken leg and also had a gunshot wound to his arm. Further investigation revealed he was shot at the club as he was sitting in the passenger seat of the suspect vehicle. He was taken into custody and questioned at that time. The suspect vehicle proceeded to the 5500 block of Bellefonte Drive, where he crashed into a light pole. Police took Ivan Gregory Webb, black male, 27, into custody at the scene. The suspect was transported to Shands, where he was booked on murder and fleeing and attempting to elude police. The weapon was recovered at Bowden and Phillips Highway. Any questions?
Was that passenger shot by the security guard at the club?
It appears so, yes.
That security guard, an off-duty JSO?
No, he's a private security guard working for the club.
And they can do that, they can fire their gun?
We're looking into that still, but he was armed.
So you're looking into what? I'm sorry.
That the security guard having that weapon.
That if that was a legal?
Yes.
Yeah.
The gun that was found this morning by our reporter, Eric Spivey, is that the actual murder weapon you're speaking of?
Actually, a citizen called in to the reporter, and the reporter, I guess, notified the police, and then we responded. We believe it is the weapon. Ballistic test will have to be done.
So, and I just want to make sure I got this right. So there was two people in the car that left the scene. One in the passenger. The passenger was out in the car when he got shot? Is that what you were saying?
Apparently he was seated in the passenger seat of the vehicle when the armed security guard fired, and it struck him, and then the suspect jumped in the car and they took off, and then the chase was on after that point.
And then they get up and they crash, and then the passenger gets out and falls over the 25-foot.
It actually wasn't a crash. He actually lost control, spun around, and at that point the passenger jumped out of the car, and at that point there's a guardrail, and he jumped over that guardrail and fell 25 feet down.
And then the driver took off again.
The driver kept going.
Do we know who that passenger is? You don't know his name yet?
Yes, we do have the identity, and we're still looking into some investigation on that too. I don't want to release his name just now.
And what type of, like in something involved in this or involved in something else?
Well, in this incident, we're trying to.
Were all three of them in the strip club all night?
And apparently, there was a large gathering there. A fight ensued, and apparently, people came outside, and this is when the shots fired, and it went from there.
So this all stems from just a fight. It doesn't seem to have any bigger.
Yeah, at this time it was just our understanding that it was a fight, and went from there.
Gang, possibly gang-related at all, or saying not gang-related?
At this point, no, I would say no.
Any others? Any more? Thank you, Lieutenant.